Episode 9 is set to end the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing is for certain is that this movie will have a lot of callbacks to not just the originals, but also the prequel trilogy era, in order to really tie all things together in this movie to end the Skywalker saga on a satisfying note for a majority of fans around the world. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with Kylo Ren and Emperor Palpatine. Specifically, a description of Kylo Ren coming across an abandoned Imperial base that once belonged to Emperor Palpatine. It's described that Kylo Ren comes across a map stored within the base that leads to a desert world that is said to hold many secrets of the Force and the dark side. It's also described that Palpatine stored away secrets of the Beyond and what it holds, as well as the location of backup plans for the Empire on a world in the unknown regions that consists of new weapons and an entire fleet of experimental ships. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this and as to why I'm very interested in this desert world. Now, I do have reason to believe that this desert world most likely is going to be the planet of Jakku, and that there most definitely is more to the story than we already know of in the sequel trilogy. Now, if you guys have read some of the Aftermath and Empire's End novels out there, you actually will learn that there is a very important piece to the planet of Jakku, and that there is a large connection to Emperor Palpatine. So the thing here is this. We do know that in that book, alright, there lies a lot of Sith relics and Sith artifacts that belong within the Jakku Observatory. So this desert world most likely is going to be Jakku in Episode 9, that holds secrets of the Force and the dark side. Could it be, and is it very possible, that the planet Jakku is the location of the lost city that we have been talking about for a couple of months now? Now, it's also described that Palpatine stored away secrets of the Beyond, and what it holds, as well as the location of backup plans for the Empire on a world in the unknown regions, which holds a lot of experimental ships. So, this is where things begin to get very intriguing for sure, is that Palpatine actually stored away secrets of the Beyond. Now, a lot of people, including myself, are trying to figure out exactly what the Beyond really is in Episode 9. You know, is it a different dimension? Is it a different realm of sorts? Is it a different part of the galaxy that's separate from the unknown regions? We're not quite sure exactly what the Beyond is going to be in Episode 9. Other than J.J. Abrams, alright, set something up for the Knights of Ren, where the Knights of Ren actually travel to the Beyond, and in Episode 9, they are returning from the Beyond in this movie. So, the thing here that this does explain is that this is going to set up exactly why the Knights of Ren were not present in The Last Jedi and in The Force Awakens. It does make a whole lot of sense now. So the other thing is, this also explains as to why Kylo Ren is going to have a whole bunch of new ships, a whole bunch of new TIE fighters, new types of stormtroopers, is because there is also a map stored in the Imperial base that once belonged to Emperor Palpatine that leads Kylo to this unknown world, to this world in the unknown regions, that is going to allow Kylo Ren to rebuild the First Order and to create his own new empire. So with that being said, you can really see how J.J. Abrams wants to keep Emperor Palpatine looming in the background, and I honestly think that's a good move. Some people might think it's a bad move and that it's a little desperate, but I feel that, you know, having Palpatine somewhat looming in the background and how he has this big secret of the Empire, the Beyond, and the origins of the dark side and the Beyond and the Force itself, you can really see how knowledgeable Palpatine really was during the events of the originals and even the prequels, and exactly how that's all going to unravel in Episode 9 by JJ. Like I say, this movie is described as a big movie. It has a lot going for it. It's going to answer a lot of questions, not just the questions from The Force Awakens, but also questions that a lot of people have been asking themselves from some of the books that they have read, from some of the comics that they have read, that will actually be tied in to Episode 9 itself. So with that being said, you know, now that Kylo Ren is the supreme leader of the First Order, and is going to do something dramatic in this movie in order to do something with his new order, whatever it's going to be called, if it's going to still be called the First Order and whatnot, But the unknown regions is going to play a role in this movie, and it will have connections to Emperor Palpatine himself. Now, like I say, the Beyond is an aspect of Episode 9 that I think a lot of people are very interested in right now, because it's going to be connected to the new threat in this movie. Now, additionally, we do know that Palpatine actually does have knowledge of this new threat. So, what is this new threat? Is it the Yuzong Vong? Is it perhaps, ancient Sith in the hiding, for all we know? Who is it? What is this new threat? That's a big question on the table right now. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.